Morning, folks. Give me a second to sort Facebook out. Okay, that's Facebook sorted out. Morning, folks. Welcome aboard. 28 in already. We'll get a chance to climb. Here we go. Right, we'll get to James Connolly, Wee Bird, Mags, McLachlan, Stephen Bankier, Mad Monk 33. Morning, Henry. Hey. Now, who else we got? We've got Lorraine Hay, Eddie. I seem to be having a conversation with each other. We've got John O'Rourke. Hi, John. How's it going up this morning? The last Braveheart. Ewan. Hi, Mark. Hi, Lenny. Robert. First of the Facebooks in this morning is Jane. Hi, Jane. Looking forward to seeing you sometime soon. Right, that's the comments caught up. We're up there the 50 mark. So it's Indy Truck Davy out the truck and at home in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where it is a crisp, clear, cold, sunny morning. Bloody cold through the night with the frost this morning. And it is currently, as I say, clear and sunny, crisp, 3 degrees, chilly, but about right for this time of year. That's the weather forecast for Salisbury, North Lanarkshire. You want to know what the weather's like with you? Look out your rain, bloody windy. Alright, let's get this one underway. I'll be sticking a few of these up, of course, but know this one. First up this morning is the Daily Rancid, the Daily Record. And it goes on, Frankenstein Pup Alert. Now, this isn't a news story. This is a filler. This is a sort of filler story that the Red Tops put out when they don't want to get into something that might get them in trouble. So, the Rancid goes on, Frankenstein Pup Alert. DIY breeder accused of animal cruelty. And vets warn designer dogs face lifetime of health problems. See, no news story. We've all heard this story before. You go to buy a pup, go to the kennel club, find a reputable breeder. Simple as that. Right then, the Times goes on. Stick this one up, I think. Anyway, the Times goes on. Badenoch versus Jenrick as Tory leadership race takes new twist. Didn't they have to take a new twist, eh? Cleverly's voters thought they would try a wee bit of voter manipulation to get rid of Kenny with Badenoch, and it backfired. So Cleverly found himself out the door. So we've got a couple of right-wing headbangers in charge of the Tory party. Well, one of them's going to be in charge of the Tory party. And Davies' prediction that the next big thing for the Tory party and the next big thing for England will be a referendum on leaving the ECHR, because these two Muppets that are left in the race, that's their gig. Okay, so we'll take that one down, and we'll see what it. Oh no, hadn't he? Hold on. Well, they'll take that one down yet, because that was only the first of the headlines. Put it back up again. The big headline is threat of 25 billion tax bomb after Reeves' vow. Now, if Reeves is promising no more austerity, and there's a £22 billion black hole in public finances, and she's only going to raise 25 billion, well, where's the rest of it coming from? I'm assuming she must be going to tell the Bank of England to start printing money. Because if that's what she's going to raise with the tax rises, and that's not going to cover nothing but the black hole. That's not going to end austerity. That's just treading water. On the other headline there, Yvette Cooper took freebie, then backed Swift Gab. And this is the story that Yvette Cooper, who's the Home Secretary, I believe, took a gift of Taylor Swift tickets for the London gig, and then arranged a police escort for her. But there's more to the story than that, folks. Apparently somebody tried to assassinate her in Austria. So that's why the police escort was there. Alright, let's move on and have a look at the Telegraph and see what it's got. Shall we? Telegraph this morning. 25 billion tax rise paying on way, warns Institute for Fiscal Studies. Cleverly out of Tory leadership race as tactical voting backfires. That's what I was talking about. And all up here, the new, on the right, it says Phillipson, a hypocritical rant after private school hockey match. That one is about the new Education Secretary, Mrs. Phillipson, having played a hockey match at a private school and then telling the private school, who are complaining about VAT rises and things like that, apparently, that they didn't need their hockey fields, they could just bloody sell them off. There you go. That's the answer, apparently, to VAT owns private school fees. The answer is to sell off their sports facilities. To be honest with you, I really don't care. Shut the bloody things down. Simple as that. Right, the Scotsman goes on. Fraser backing Badenoch for UK Tories after Cleverly shock. This is a non-story. An absolute non-story. Who gives a shite what serial loser Murdo the Fudd thinks or who he backs in the Conservative Party race for leadership? Now they've whittled it down to two right-wing nutters. Who cares who Murdo the Fudd, the non-entity of Scottish politics, thinks about the next English Tory leader? Say non-story, absolute non-story. The Herald goes on. Questions for police over rules on crime warnings. Now, according to the Herald, guidelines passed from the Procurator Fiscal's office to the police are being loosely translated by the police, and that has manifested apparently in Scottish police giving serial offenders for minor and low-level crimes warnings rather than dragging them into the courts. Now, I find that hard to believe. One-off offence, clean record, probably get a warning because of the Procurator Fiscal's guidelines, depending on the current crime. But serial offenders getting serial warnings? No, I don't think so. You see, if I was being warned for something that I'd inadvertently done or done, a clean record, probably a warning. But a serial offender? Nah. I said clean record, never said spotless. So, I think the Herald lost the plot this morning. And Rupert Murdoch's rag. The Sun goes on. Scots held on smuggling rap. Colombian coke mule, thug's life of crime. Well, you know, drugs in Scot, they like that sort of story. If it's no drugs, it's drink. We've got to be stereotyped. That's generally how it works. So bigger stories out there, but no, a Scot being lifted for drug crimes in Colombia or somewhere. You know, that's more important. That's a typical jock story. Drugs, alcohol, crime. That's the way they like to portray us down that road. I mean, go back to the 80s and the 90s and television programmes like The Bill, or EastEnders, or Coronation Street. The drunk, the bad guy, or the junkie was always a Scot. And that's just how they like to do it. Right, moving on. The Daily Fail has. I'll put this one up because this one's a doozy. This one is a doozy. Right, where are we? Hold on. London. Mouse is putting up smaller. Problems. Right, here's a fail. This one's a cracker. That's why I'm going to put it up, folks. I'll make it larger before I put it on. Yeah. Not with Peter Canny. Yeah, well, here we go. Put it up. And my warning to Megan, if you want your marriage to last, don't turn your husband into a +1 like I did, says Amanda Platel, whoever the hell that is. But the main headline, with Labour's budget raid just weeks away, now brace yourself for more SNP/Green tax hikes. Notice the more is underlined. And what it's trying to say, and it's absolutely correct actually, is that the Scots face a double whammy. In order to maintain our better public services, not just are we going to take the hit for whatever it is that Rachel Reeves does in the budget, we're going to see the Scottish tax system have to be rejigged again to try and plug the black hole, which Karen, try and plug the black hole which is coming down the line. Now, it's estimated that the cut will be about 1.82 billion quid in the block grant. So, and our specific and unique tax system for the UK only raises 1.7, so it's not going to cover it. And what they're saying is that they're going to need an extra 600 million to cover it. Yeah, well. So apparently we're going to get a double whammy here, folks. We're going to get whatever it costs to fix Westminster's shite, and then we're going to have to pay more tax for ourselves to maintain our better quality public services. To be fair, I don't care. I understand the connection between good quality public services and taxation. Already pay an extra few quid a month because of the amount I earn. Double it. Double down the Scottish Government. You're only taking about 4 quid a month extra off me. Make it 8. I'll do with 2 cups of coffee. Fuck it, make it 12. I'll do with 10 cans of beer next month. Tina, you're not earning enough to pay tax. Sorry to hear that. But see, from my point of view, and generally from the Scottish people's point of view, we understand the connection between taxation and services. So if they want to whack me for an extra 12 quid a month, 20 quid a month, go ahead. Go ahead. I can afford that. So, SNP Greens, you have my permission to stick my tax rate up. And I'm sure most people here in Scotland feel the same. We would rather have good public services and see wee Mrs McGumpher get what she needs for her children and herself when it comes to schools, education, health, transportation. What things that they get help with here in Scotland? Well, I don't care. Hit me with it. I'm willing to pay it. You want to hit Sarah for the same amount? Go ahead. We can afford that. One takeaway less a month. Something like that. But that's a crackery a headline, isn't it? They're telling you that Labour's going to batter us, and the SNP and the Greens are going to have a shot at us as well. So the Labour bit, I don't really welcome that, and I don't care. That's their fucking mess. SNP Greens, you want to raise my tax? Go right ahead. Anyway, I thought the Greens had left the coalition, or the SNP kicked them out, actually, technically. Right, the other right-wing money rag, the Express, goes on. Winter fuel pensioners now face tax raid. And that is a story that Rachel Reeves is going to lower the amount that you can dip into your pension fund for before you start paying tax. Alright, so the tax-free threshold, I think it's about 50 grand at the moment. That'll come down. Right, the National, what goes on? Starmer's nations and regions insult. Swinney to be only Scottish representative at meeting. Now, apparently the First Ministers of each of these, the nations have been invited, along with all the mayors of the different regions doing that road. But I have the answer for John Swinney when it comes to this insult, as he calls it. Just tell me you're no fucking attending. Just tell me you can take your imperious envoy and stick her where the sun doesn't fucking shine. Fucking envoy to regions and nations. She's going to come and tell us what Starmer's doing. Going to come and give us his proclamations. That's what the fucking telly's for. That's why we've got a Scotland office. But no, that's not enough. We've got to have an imperial envoy to come and tell us in the colonies what it is big white chiefs doing. People have got no fucking idea, have they? They're as thick as fucking mince. They have no idea how they look in our eyes. None. Not the fucking foggiest idea about us, about our cultures, about our laws, about our ways, and how horrified we are with them and their behaviours. And they just double down on it. We already had a Governor General. Now he's got a gaffer called an envoy. Wow. Mental. Yeah, he has. Workers get right to flexible work under Rayner's new law. Almost every employer who can offer flexible work already does. But apparently, employers who can't offer flexible work have to go through a tick box exercise out of 8 options to give their employee, because they've got to explain to them why they can't have flexible work. So when you're in that production plant tomorrow, and Jimmy the numpty comes up and says to you, "Hey gaffer, how can I know flexible work?" Make it clear to him he's on a fucking production line, the spanner. He's going to be there when the production line's running. You know? All this stuff that's going to be in the workers' rights shite, it will apply only to office workers. Because guys like me and guys on building sites, we go home for the end of a shift. There's no gaffer phoning us up because we haven't answered the fucking email. Doesn't happen to truck drivers, brickies, fucking joiners. The majority is. The workers' rights that these people will improve will be those in the public sector and those who work in office blocks. The rest of us can go and fuck ourselves. After all, a brickie can't retire now he's 67 You ever tried carrying a load of fucking bricks up and down a ladder at 67? Fuck's sake. Talk about out of touch and fucking mental cases. Yeah, the right to switch off and the right to flexible work. It's always been there. Flexible work's been around since I was a fucking boy. And almost every public sector employer offers it. Because they're all office-based jobs. Or in their office-based jobs, sorry. And a lot of private companies offer it in their office-based jobs. Doesn't work for the street cleaner. Doesn't work for the truck driver. Doesn't work for the guy in the production line. Doesn't work for the guy in the bakery. Doesn't work for the guy in the building site. Watch these tweaks coming down to workers' rights. There'll be fuck all applies to those who actually do the work. The actual graft. The one thing we did learn during the pandemic was office workers, they mean fuck all, send them home, get them furlough. Guys like us, people in the health service, people in social care, cleaners, production line workers, food producers, we ought to go to fucking work. Food processors, we had to go to fucking work. Yeah. Office workers who'll get all these rights. They don't do any actual fucking graft. That's left to us guys. And there'll be fuck all in these workers' rights for us. I can assure you that. Right, what's the star goal for us today? Well, we stick it up. No doubt it'll be a doozy. In fact, I know it's a doozy. Yeah. No, I'll get the star up. I haven't put as many up as I thought I would, folks. I've got them all downloaded. It's just a pissing about trying to find them when you get 11 different links open. Let's see what the stars go for us today, shall we? And the stars got Britain's biggest office skivers finally exposed. Shame of the tea-making scumbags. Now, apparently tea drinkers who work in offices, they get extra 8 days holiday by nipping off to fart about in the staff canteen. That's better. Back to normality for the staff. Absolutely fantastic. No mention of coffee drinkers. No mention of coffee drinkers. Lee, you're busy, digger. We'll you up with this once. Next time your arse is on the naughty step. The star, you got to love the star. The star. I just love it. Absolutely brilliant. So if you're a tea drinker, you're a scumbag. Alright? Me, I'm a coffee drinker. I'm a lovely fella. And as a professional driver, I don't make my own coffee. I stop at the side of the road and fucking buy it. You got to love this stuff. So, if you're one of these shame of tea-making scumbags, remember, you're an extra 8 days off while you're pissing about in the works canteen. Well done. Absolutely well done. And you're able to get a whack and shake up in your workers' rights day. Wonderful stuff. Just go to love it. Anyway, folks, that's a bollocks in the papers this morning. Good stuff, eh? I especially like the Daily Mail said one. Westminster's coming to whack us. Fucking true. You're coming to whack us. As well as steal the resources. They're squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Because they're fucking parasites. But it's not just us here in Scotland that will experience that. The people in England, Wales and Northern Ireland will experience that day. And DJ Marcy Moose just admitted that she gets an extra 8 days off for pissing about in the office canteen. As I say, now folks, the Scottish Government will be asking us to extend a wee bit more to maintain what we have, to keep our public services in public hands, to ensure that our children still get free travel, they still get their school uniform money, they still get free food in schools, you know, to ensure that our carers get their special care allowance, to ensure that our children get the £26 odd uplift per week the poor ones to keep them out of poverty, you know, to ensure that we manage to keep low council tax, to ensure we manage to keep the water free and in public hands. So, yep, the Scottish Government's about to ask us, once again, to put our hands in our pockets. Davy says, go right ahead, Scottish Government. You need to whack me for an extra £4, another extra £4 a month. You need to whack me for a tenner a month, 20 quid a month, 40 quid a month. Go ahead, I can swallow it. I can swallow it to know that the children will get fed in school. I can swallow it to know that £26.76 a week that holds the children out of poverty goes out. I can swallow it. 40 quid. What's that? 2 cases of beer less a month. I can't swallow 2 cases of beer less a month, but I can happily give them up. Happily give them up to see our children fed. To keep our children out of poverty. I can happily keep it up. You guys look after each other. We're back this afternoon. Now, there is supposed to be a post chat, but I'm afraid I can't make it. But on the post chat things, folks, you just go in there, talk to each other. There's 2 communities here. There's a Facebook community and a YouTube community. Go into the post chat and talk to each other. I can see all your comments. You and YouTube can only see each other's comments. Whereas on Facebook can only see each other's comments. No, you want to integrate the community into one big community? Jump into the post chat. They say, unfortunately, I can't make it today, but we'll see you all later at 4 PM for the Two Davies. Catch you then.